Well, this is kind of a depressing story, and I think everybody should know about it, so feel free to share this. But the United States has a history of human slavery, big stain, and history looks back on it as the stain that it is. But now we have a present of helping another country literally commit a genocide against another country. And so when history looks at this too, because this too shall pass, what's it going to weigh worse as a worse, more evil, more sinister crime? Or human slavery, or the fact we supported and continue to support a country committing a literal genocide? Which is going to judge us more harshly, the genocide or the human slavery after all is said and done? I don't know, they're both pretty bad. But basically, this has been going on for a while, the genocide part, for a couple of years or so. But the recent development today, I think it was today, very recently anyway, is that Congress, both Republicans and Democrats, actually came together on something that was good. They almost never do it. But this was so obvious and so evil, they came together to form a joint resolution to get our involvement out of this genocide. And so what did President Pinocchio do? He vetoed it. And in recent history, he was asked, well, why are we still making weapons deals with Saudi Arabia? Saudi Arabia being the country committing a literal genocide in Yemen right now because they're the wrong kind of Muslim. Donald Trump said, there's a lot of money to be made. I can't cancel that deal. There's a lot of money to be made. There's about 14 million people on the brink of being starved to death because there's a cholera outbreak and they've blockaded the country. 14 million goddamn human beings. But there's a lot of money to be made, President Pinocchio says. He's a sick, vile fuck. If there was a modicum of justice in the world, he would be dethroned and put in jail for the rest of his life. And if I believed in the death penalty, he'd be candidate number one. But because I'm principled and I don't believe in the death penalty, if there was a modicum of justice, President sick, vile fuck Pinocchio would be in jail for the rest of his life, along with every other war criminal that's ever actively supported a genocide in a position of leadership. So the joint resolution was by Dems and Republicans, one of the only things they've ever come together on that benefited humanity. Usually when they come together it's to screw over the American people, but this was actually something that was necessary and obvious, and President Pinocchio vetoed it. So our involvement in the logistical support of Saudi Arabia committing their literal genocide in Yemen shall continue, and 14 million people are on the brink of being killed. Isn't that great? Currently there's about 100 people or so a day being murdered, mostly civilians, children. There's school buses being blown up and incinerated for the crime of being the wrong kind of Muslim and trying to go to school to learn something. And it's going to continue with our help. Your taxes that you pay is going towards this effort of a genocide. This needs to become common knowledge for everyone in this country. And I don't think it's going to, but I'm just a lowly Facebook and YouTube user. I'll do my part, and if this reaches more people, great.